What up, YouTube? It's your boy, and I'm back with another video. And today's topic is about think everything through all the way, like plan out everything. And I had gotten this from a book. It's the 48 Laws of Power. It's one of the powers, that one of the chapters that made total sense to me. And, within life, like I realized, like a lot of the decisions that I make, bruh, it's like strictly off impulse. Like, and if you're somebody like me, it's just, how you feel in the moment, so you react, or everything, or however you feel in the moment, you just do it. Like, you just don't care. And sometimes, like, it works out for me. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it works out for me without me thinking thoroughly. Sometimes, I feel like however I feel sometimes, whatever reaction or whatever I do, I feel better in. But then there's those times that you just react, or you do something out of impulse, and you, after you calm down, if you're mad, or you just like really start to think it through, and like say it backfires or something, you sit there and then you realize, like, oh yeah, like we could have like thought of this, like we could have thought that this could have happened, or this could have happened, or this could have, this wasn't even a good idea at all for me to even do, whether I wanted to or not, right? And this is something, just developing shit with self-control, I'm always trying to learn, always trying to be a better version of myself, so developing like that self-control where you just don't react, or you just don't do it because you feel like it's right, or you feel like as if, not to say that you don't feel as if it's right, but you feel as if like you could think it out and really thoroughly think out the plan that you're going to make, and that it will be successful when you do it, right? So like a couple days ago, right, I had thought of something that I thought was something very sweet. I thought of something very nice that I could have done for somebody. And without giving out too many clues or context, right? Just long story short, it totally backfired in a way that I didn't even expect to be like that. Like, it was pretty bad. Like, I didn't expect, things to totally backfire, because it was something that I was doing within my heart, right, that felt right. Like, it felt really like this is what I should do, this is what I need to do in order to do such and such and such. And as I said, bro, it totally backfired, and do I regret it? No, I don't, like, because I have to learn from it. I've definitely learned from the mistake, and me just really sitting back and thinking about it, like, yeah, bro, like this could have, like, how didn't you think about this? Like for instance, it was about somebody's like kind of like feeling how they felt towards me versus how I felt towards them, that there was still love, like it was like all just, respect, you feel me, a lot of respect. But to that person, there wasn't no respect, there wasn't nothing, there wasn't like anything at all. And if it's a man, it's different, but it was a girl and shit, and it was just like, it totally backfired. It's like I got smushed with a pie in my face, bro. I was just like, what? Like, there's no way this is happening right now. I was in complete shock, bro. You feel me? Like, I never, and like, that's from me not thinking things through, like, all the way. Like, even when there's a lot of instances where I just go off of impulse, just how I feel. When you feel something, you feel is right. But you have to really take a step back and take away the emotions for a little bit and think about it from like an outside point of view. And like, it's always best to think of something at the third person point of view, no matter how you feel, bro. Just like if somebody, you were telling a story of in your own point of view to somebody else, and then they give you their opinions about whatever you were going to do or whatever had happened, right? It's always a smarter idea just to think like that, and just think of like, the good things that could come from it, the positive things that our brain is naturally just like supposed to do. Like, we're naturally trained ourselves, like, only the good stuff, right? We're not trying to hear about the negative shit. We're not trying to, whatever plan that you do, especially when it comes out your heart, bro, my brain was not trying to tell me like the negative things that could happen. I didn't even think about the negative things that could happen. All I was thinking about was like this fantasy world that I was like kind of living in, and that, everything would be kind of like flowers and rainbows and shit. Like, it was just gonna be nice, like, peace, and just like something that was good because I truly felt good. But to say, if I did put my emotions to the side and thought about how the other person was feeling, or think about like the consequences for every action, because there is a consequence for everything, right? I can take it. I thought about like the consequence a little bit, just like if this totally backfires, at least I tried. You know, I put it in my mind that at least I tried, at least I done something nice that in my eyes I felt was something nice. And you know, if I never tried now, you know, I got it from the book, That Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Like, you know, we're all gonna die, bro. We're all gonna die one day. None of this is gonna matter within 2 weeks. It's not gonna, you know, nobody's gonna care about it after like a week or two, you know. So like, you know, just saying like YOLO almost just had me off the impulse without me thinking everything through. So if I put, you know, the YOLO impulse aside and really thought about what could have happened, I could have thought about the negative things that happened, and it wasn't so far stretched that like, oh, I had to think outside of the box of like the consequences. But no, I could have actually thought about it. It really was like, this could happen. You know that, right, Patrick? Like my brain telling Patrick, myself, what could happen, right? Like, just like, be wary about this, bro. You know this could totally backfire. I didn't even think it would totally backfire because it was something so sweet out of my heart, bro. And like it's crazy, right? And it's like, there's probably so many things that you have done that, you know, like you didn't plan it through thoroughly, or like, you know, maybe you go out with a group of friends and, you know, you had plans to do this, that, and the third, but then like, you know, this place is closed or something like that, and now you guys like don't have nothing to do, or you don't, something like that. Like, just even with small instances like that, you should plan something out. Like, okay, say this didn't happen. I was thinking about that, like the things that could happen, like with me hanging out with this person. Okay, if this is closed, then we're gonna go do this. You know, like, you have to think like that. And you know, especially when it comes to another person, really try to put yourself into their shoes, right? Of what like they like to do, what they wanted to do, or just like how they felt. Because for me, that was my mistake. And I wrote down in my brain that like, yeah, we're not gonna do that again. You know, we're not gonna think about all the like positive things that could have came out of it, because that's just from my point of view. Think about more so the things that they could have, you know, it could be positive for them. And really think about it though. Like, really think about, what if like they're not into it? What if they're not fucking with it? What if this person is like, you know, try to maneuver around that and see through your feelings. But sometimes, like I said though, like the YOLO impulses, like the I don't give a fuck, we're gonna do this kind of thing, or just like, you know, we're just gonna shoot for it, like we live once kind of thing. Yeah, it works sometimes. I can't lie. It definitely works sometimes. But a lot of different times, bro, you got to really think and dig deep into your brain, bro, because our brains get clouded with the imaginary life that we like envision. Like, our brains are actually crazy because we could think of something that totally won't happen. Like, that can totally won't happen, and it can affect our energy and everything like that. Like, I can imagine myself just like fighting somebody right now, or just somebody rolling up on me or something like that. And that shit 9 times out of 10 won't happen, right? Especially the place I live now and everything like that. It won't really happen. But, you know, just like our brain could just always, you know, it always thinks of the worst for ourselves, but not for the other person. We don't really, our brain, you have to trick your brain to really look into it from the other person's point of view, because you have to plan everything through. You do not want to, especially when you're making plans, like say you, like this is out of hand or anything like that, but say you about to rob this house or something, right? And, you know, you got like a bat, you got your gun, whatever, right? And you go in through there, and you don't really think about it. You just, you know, what if this person has a dog? What if this person has like a alarm, or like one of those doorbells where they can see you and shit? What if this? What if that? You don't really plan it through, right? Say if you just go head on, just trying to rob this shit and not knowing who this person is, or what the house is, or maybe bro got a shotgun in the house, could blow your shit back. Like, you never know, right? And you know, you have to think and prepare for that, because like, say there's a be aware of dog sign, and you just like, fuck that dog, I'm about to just go in this bitch. You're gonna fucking 9 times out of 10, the dog's gonna bite you in your ass, or you're gonna shoot the dog, and the police is gonna come, and you gonna get you off to jail. But say like, you know, this is pretty bad, but you know, sometimes this is how I don't think about robbing. I don't want to rob nobody, but like, bro, you know, it's just like, for example, like say you really plan out everything, you've been scoping out the area for a couple days, you see that this person comes home at a certain time, or this person and his wife are just not home on these certain days, like a Saturday's date night or something like that, and they don't have a dog, and you know, it's a big house and there's a pool, and you could tell like there's no doorbells or some shit, right? Then you're more likely to really execute the plan, right? Like, just you're more likely. I don't like to bring up an example like that, but it makes sense, you feel me? So, you know, that's all I had to say for this video. You know, stay yourself, stay 300, and whatever you do in life, trust me, I believe you, bro.